What is up YouTube, it's Kingfisher745, and in this video we're going to be finishing the task list and recruiting Mantis. This will include fighting Black Vortex and all his mini-bosses and the Epic Boss Ronan, so let's get it going. We begin with the finish of the Staff of Agony, set piece 2 of 4. And once that's done, you're going to get credit for task number 21. That also gives you 1200 XP. Then for task number 22, it's directly related. You have to use the Staff of Agony in combat. So go to your agent setup and search for the Staff of Agony. Equip it and take it into any fight. Now what I found out when I was using this is it's actually a pretty solid weapon in itself. That's without any other pieces. And just to let you know, I do now have 3 pieces of the set already. So I only need the 64 gold item. And I'll be getting that very soon, so you'll see a video on the full set, probably within the next few days. As for this enemy threat, well, they're almost knocked out already, but we're going to go ahead and use the Smothering Shadow and get our one use of the staff in to complete the task. So here goes the Staff of Agony. And as you can see, it does pretty nice damage besides those debuffs. We'll just let Star-Lord finish it even though the dots would have anyways. And then after you finish this battle, you'll get credit for task number 22. That comes with 1200 experience as well. Now the next task may be the hardest for some of you, but you do have to destroy the Black Vortex, and he's the boss in mission 3. Now first of all, it is going to be a force team up of Star-Lord and Kitty Pryde. So that does add a little bit of a challenge. But let me just say, you don't have to fight all the mini-bosses with him, even though we are in this fight. You can certainly take them out by themselves. That'll just be at the cost of unstable ISO weight and energy. So that may be something you may want to consider. Now if you still have problems or you just want to take out all the mini-bosses with him for score, I recommend using as many items as you can. As I've said many times in the past, items actually increase your score, so there's no reason not to use them. Items such as chrono accelerators, boosts, quantum elixirs, double strikes, and so on will help you get extra turns, extra attacks, and that'll make all the difference in these difficult fights. Plus, of course, use healing items. Use them often. You don't have to wait. Top off that health and make sure you don't get knocked out. For me, since I'm using a Bruiser E3 costume, Dragoness is actually a pretty scary opponent. So on Kitty Pryde's turn, we're definitely going to use a Chrono Accelerator on my agent. First of all, well, right now she's not phased. But typically when she's phased, you want to keep her there anyways, so you might as well use an item on her turn. Then for me, my agent is certainly the most lethal of my team. So we're going to want to give him the extra turns first. Now if you have the cube and items like that, then the other thing you can do is give yourself healing effects. Remove debuffs. And it also gives us a cushion for when we do get attacked. After that, we still have the Staff of Agony equipped, so we're going to go ahead and use that. Then believe it or not, what I'm going to do is use the Blade of the Guardian, make my Bruiser even tougher, and knock out one of these opponents. So now we have Dragoness, and luckily her first hit, well, it would have given us health back because of mirror reality. Instead though, we do dodge it. Then she lands a solid hit, but we're still very alive and kicking. So now on Star-Lord's turn, we are going to try to hit Dragoness. And besides being that offensive threat, she is difficult to hit sometimes. So you may even want to consider using items on her. Any type of grenade or damage dealing item you may have. For me, I don't mind melee attacks at all, and Moondragon's actually going to take some absorb energy damage for trying. Plus we do have a protect counter set up on, so we nearly knock her out. Since she is low on health, you do want to eliminate your enemies when you can. So we'll use Close the Gap, then call Lockheed, and that finishes her off in this wave. Now with my agent, we could heal and shield ourselves, but a good option is using the Smothering Shadow and the Atom Smasher. It pretty much always hits and it should do big damage. Let's see if it has enough power to take her down. And it does. So now on to the final wave, the actual boss, Black Vortex. Cosmic Moondragon will show up once again, and so will Cosmic Ronan. Now to be honest with you, I don't even think this wave is that difficult. Ronan goes down fairly fast. Black Vortex, I don't think is that hard. And as you saw in the last wave, we're not worried about Moondragon either. She will, however, cage Star-Lord, and then she tries a mental blast. Then once again, it's back to melee attacks on my agent, which will take every time. And she also suffers a counter for that. Now on Shadowcat's turn, we're going to go ahead and use a phased attack on Ronan that will also give us a follow-up so we knock him out. We wanted to get Kitty phased, so that's the main reason we did that. Then with my agent, I'll use the Alluring Light for a heal and a shield. And after that, we'll use Christmas cookies to give back our stamina. Now on Star-Lord's turn, since he is caged and can't really do anything, we'll go over and use an item, the Chrono Accelerator, once again on my agent. And at this point, we're just going to use the Staff of Agony, followed by the Blade of the Guardian. So first we get those debuffs and that initial damage, which is decent. And next, we're going to try to finish off Cosmic Moondragon. Unfortunately, we miss. So she isn't quite done yet. Now to be honest with you, I'm not really sure what all Black Vortex actually does. I've only fought him a few times, but he's never really seemed like a threat. And after Moondragon's turn, we're probably going to finish her with a counter. So there it is, and the end boss is by himself. So yeah, we'll use Close the Gap, then our level 2, and that's a pretty big hit. Actually a massive hit. And the follow-up almost knocks him out. Our agent though is going to join in. And he actually will collapse soon. But in the meantime, we're going to use a Light Fantastic and heal our team. Then the end boss shatters. So that's it. That's the boss battle against Black Vortex and all of his mini-bosses. And as a result, we get 139,500 score. So not too bad. We also get credit for Task 23 and 1200 XP. Then as soon as we complete this mission, we'll actually get credit for task number 24. And that's to get 3 stars of mastery in missions 1, 2, and 3. So simply do that, which may take some unstable ISO 8. But we were lucky, we were very close like I said. Then as rewards you'll get 15,000 silver and you can move on to the final task. We now have to defeat Ronan, the epic boss, in mission 2, not mission 3. As I said on day 1, the deploys are going to be Crystal, Spitfire, and Misty Knight. So you'll need all 3, or you have to spend 30 gold to skip this task. If you're wondering if that's worth it, it definitely is. Make sure you get Mantis. She's an awesome support hero. She's going to be very viable in PvP, and a lot of fun to use. Plus I would say get every hero. You never know when you're going to need them. It's going to be cheaper to get them now than later. But as for this epic boss battle, we're going to be using Cloak and Dagger with Mantis. And there is going to be a first wave, but it's fairly easy to take down. In fact, nearly 2 of 3 enemies are already knocked out. We just have to do a little bit of damage. So we'll start by using a Psychic Blast on the middle target. Then our Palma Strike on him as well. And we will also get a follow-up attack. Next with my agent I'm going to use the Staff of Agony, which knocks out the bottom target and leaves only the middle guy with a sliver of health. So we'll use Cloak and Dagger as level 1 and get them a few more buffs hopefully. Now there's actually going to be a second wave, and I was under the impression that we were going to be facing the boss next. But that's okay, Cloak and Dagger is going to deal with all 3. All we're going to use is Pitch Black, and that's going to be a triple knockout. So on to the epic boss now. It's just going to be him by himself, no backup. He begins by attacking my agent, and Mantis is going to hit him. Then with Cloak and Dagger up, we're going to use Child of Light, followed by a very hard-hitting Shot in the Dark. Okay, it does 13k, not bad. So then with Mantis, we'll use a Psychic Blast, followed by... Well, we could use Psychic Transferal on Cloak and Dagger, but instead, we'll actually use that on my agent. I mean, they already used Shot in the Dark anyway, so we might as well give my agent that extra turn. So with 2 turns, we're going to go ahead and use the Smothering Shadow, and I think we'll just follow that up with the Blade of the Guardian, at least for this first attack. So let's see how much we do. Okay, around 9k. After that, the Atom Smasher is going to be off of cooldown, so we'll use that to finish off the boss. Pretty easy, like I said. Or if I didn't say it, it's pretty easy. Now, of course, defeating the Epic Boss is going to give you 1 CP, but most importantly, it's going to complete the Spec Op. At this point, I congratulate you on recruiting Mantis. If you want to level her, take her to the simulator. It's going to be easy leveling the whole way. I would recommend leveling her for those first few levels though, outside of the sim. Don't waste challenge points. And now we apparently only need Moondragon, who we can't get just yet. Excuse me, you must be the agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Peter was telling me about. I guess as in Peter Quill. So that's your future. Very interesting. This one would be honored to assist you. Alright, so there she is. We're going to go ahead and try to level her up fast, and we'll show her in PvP very soon. Besides that, we'll also have an All Hail the King episode focusing on her, probably around next Monday. So stay tuned for that. We'll just go ahead and finish this one by getting a spin on the boss Roulette. So there's the Secrets of Sholom, which we would like to get for Moondragon, Enticing AISO, and another piece of the boss set. Instead though, we get 3 CP. Well, that's it for the task list, so I want to thank you all for watching. Ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for some different videos finally, now that we're done. And until next time, good luck, and take care.